could serve as a catalyst for deeper regional cooperation in the Middle East. Speaking alongside Israeli PM Netanyahu in Jerusalem, Vance emphasized the strategic importance of the agreement. Let's listen in to what he said.
We're doing very well. We are in a very good place. We're going to have to keep working on it, but I think we have the team to do exactly that. What we've seen the past week gives me great optimism the ceasefire is going to hold. And if we get from where we were a week ago to a long-term, durable peace between Israel and Gaza, there are going to be hills and valleys. There are going to be moments where it looks like things aren't going particularly well. But given that, and given the history of conflict, I think that everybody should be proud of where we are today. It's going to require constant effort. It's going to require constant monitoring.
Mohammed Usman, International Relations Specialist, is live with us from Cairo on this story. Mohammed, what is to be read into this latest statement by the United States Vice President on the agreement and on its ramifications ahead too?
It seems that the U.S. is still committed to the maintenance of the ceasefire and the calm in Gaza. However, it's really unclear how the United States is going to move forward with the negotiations with regards to the second phase of the agreement, with regards to the sticking points of the disarmament of Hamas, the full withdrawal of the Israeli army, post-war governance in Gaza, and also the reconstruction efforts of Gaza. So next month in November, there is supposed to be a huge international conference that will take place here in Egypt, which will be hosted by Egypt in order to discuss the reconstruction of Gaza. Yet we hear Jared Kushner yesterday on the side of Vice President JD Vance saying that no, the reconstruction will only take place in areas that are under the control of Israel and outside the control of Hamas, and so will the humanitarian aid that will be delivered. It should only be delivered to areas controlled by Israel, and that's about 58% of the Gaza Strip. These are very dangerous statements, Uday, because they do not indicate that the United States is looking for a comprehensive plan of reconstruction that is in line with international law that should take place in the Gaza Strip. And also with the question of disarmament, there seems to be a gap between Hamas and the Americans. Apparently, the Americans understood that Hamas agreed to disarmament. Hamas clearly says that it did not agree to full disarmament and that still this needs to be negotiated with other Palestinian factions and with their Arab partners as well. So it seems that there is some sort of fluidity that is benefiting Israel at this point, which is again is obstructing the agreement and even opposing case provisions of the agreement. Yesterday, the Egyptian chief of intelligence was in Israel, the first visit in years, and he met with Prime Minister Netanyahu. And some reports in some Arab media outlets indicated that there was a huge disagreement between Egypt and Israel because suddenly Israel said that it will not allow the deployment of Palestinian Authority police forces that were trained in Jordan and Egypt to the Gaza Strip in order to maintain security, even though this was part of the Trump plan and the Trump agreement that Israel signed off to. So there seems to be some sort of mismanagement on the part of the United States, and maybe on purpose, of this agreement, because it seems that they see that they have pressured the Israelis enough and that they do not want to pressure them any further, not to jeopardize the relationship any further. However, this will be to the detriment of this agreement, and if the United States does not apply the necessary pressure and commit to the full implementation of the Trump plan and the Sharm el-Sheikh agreement, this war will be back in full force in a few weeks.
Okay. Let me, in fact, thank you there, Mohammed, for joining us with your perspective. Tourists have greeted the reopening of the Louvre Museum, but have questioned whether security measures were adequate after thieves stole historic royal jewelry worth an estimated 88 million euros. Visitors queued up to enter through the Louvre's glass pyramid for the first time since a brazen robbery where hooded assailants had broken in through a second-floor window using a stolen mover's lift and made off with jewels from the royal collection. Some of the tourists and locals have reacted to the situation. Let's listen in.
Bueno, venimos de paseo a Francia. Teníamos muchas expectativas para conocer el Museo Louvre. Lamentablemente sucedió esto y bueno, pues eso ha causado que perdamos nuestras entradas y bueno, para todo el turismo creo que ha sido una baja, ¿no? Para todos y una pena también.
Donc ça nous a quand même un peu préoccupé du fait que on avait pris nos billets il y a quelques mois et quand on a su qu'il y avait eu un vol, on s'est demandé si on allait pouvoir au final visiter le Louvre.
Et là maintenant que c'est bon, vous vous sentez comment de pouvoir y aller?
Là on se sent sereine de pouvoir visiter le Louvre en toute tranquillité vu que c'est réouvert au public.
Bueno, lo que dicen es que van a devolver el dinero. El museo ha dicho eso, que van a hacer un reembolso a la tarjeta de crédito. Solo queda esperar, no queda otra opción, pues, ¿no? Es una pena, pero bueno, sabemos también lo que ha pasado es algo grave y el museo también ha tomado las medidas del caso, ¿no?
It's certainly increased our fascination with the area. We're not typically museum individuals, but knowing that there had just been a heist pulled off in broad daylight certainly increased the profile of the gallery, no doubt.
And that's all the time we have today on World Report. Stay tuned to NewsX World.